What's up everybody, good morning. It is Tuesday the 4th of September 2018. It's been around about 6 weeks since I made my last video when I did the Gdańsk Mazuri video. A few reasons for that. I stayed in the UK for a couple of weeks, so I wasn't in Poland with the kids and Kinga. I've still got the crappy same iPhone with the bad camera on it, so today I'm using my iPad, so I've not wanted to make any videos. And the other thing is I've just been a bit lazy. I've been doing some updates onto the Super Commuting Dad Facebook page, but no real videos. And it is well overdue. I've had some messages from various people asking for updates and some more videos specifically around the children. So what I'm going to do today is make a video update from me, as we have now been living in Wrocław for over 1 year, for 13 months. So we'll get to that in a minute, and then I want to make a separate video with Kinga, Ollie and Zosia reviewing their year so far. So I made a video that I put up on the Facebook page and YouTube almost a year to the day. It was the 2nd of September 2017, and it was the day before the children started school here in Poland. And yesterday I reviewed that video because the video was entitled The Reasons We Moved to Wrocław, Poland. So I thought it would be a good idea to review the video, look at the reasons why we moved to Poland, and then look at each point and say, have we done it? Did we achieve it? Is it working? Are we doing the things that we thought we would be doing? So that's what I wanted to do today from my perspective, and then we'll do Kinga's and the kids later on. So when I made the video a year ago, the first benefit, shall we say, that I thought, or the family thought, of moving to Poland was the education. And in terms of the public school system in Poland, and we thought that would be a benefit to our children. So a year on, and yesterday the kids had their first day back at school here in Wrocław, so they've now done the full kind of school year. I think that we can say that that's been successful. I would say, looking back on it, and I know Kinga will say the same thing, that Zosia in particular, who is almost 12, in 2 days she's going to be 12 years old, she has found it not difficult as in she can't achieve what she needs to achieve, because you would have seen the Czerwony Pasek video back in June, so she is achieving what she needs to achieve, but in order to achieve that she's having to work very, very hard. So she's having to do a lot of homework. So I would say that's the only negative side of it, is that the kids they work in a different way to they do in the UK. There's a lot more homework. They're very more, they have to be self-motivated. But generally, kids' education is going very, very well. Both kids have now settled into the school really well. It took about 2 weeks. If you remember the video last year I did on the kids' first couple of weeks in school, that was a difficult time. We'll talk about more of that later on. We'll also talk more about the language in a minute. So tick in the box, kids' education, definitely a benefit. Second point was weather. The weather, summer, and the fact that we have seasons here in Wrocław. Now, first of all, I want to say summers here are awesome, and I've said that lots of times. We are in September still a blue sky outside, beautiful, beautiful summer. However, the thing I was a little bit disappointed about was those of you living in the UK would have had, remember last December, I think it was, maybe January, we had loads of snow in the UK. My kids were living in Poland and we didn't have much, and they were absolutely gutted that they'd moved to Poland, where I pretty much promised the fact they're going to have snow in the winter and sun in the summer, and they had so much snow in the UK. Eventually we had snow here in Poland, so everything was good, but yeah, there I was last year saying we have great seasons, it always snows and we have wonderful summers. Last winter, not so much snow. But there you go. But still, fantastic summers, and I know the UK's had a good summer this year, but here in Poland, in Wrocław now, it's still amazing. In 2 days' time, tomorrow night, my parents turn up for a long weekend, so I'm hoping the weather remains the same. So, tick in the box, yes, weather, summer seasons. Third thing I said was outdoor life. So biking, swimming, kids PE at school. The fact that outdoor life here in Wrocław is pretty good. Half a tick in the box, I would say. In terms of school, the kids do PE a lot more than they do in the UK, and I spoke a lot more about the way sport is viewed here in Poland in schools, in the difference it is to the UK. So tick for that part. What I did say was there's so many bike paths here and there's lots of swimming pools and all that sort of stuff, and what we're going to do is we're going to take advantage of all of that. I've been out on bike rides and I've gone to the river, made a video on that actually. I've gone out with the kids on their bikes. When we arrived in Wrocław, Oliver couldn't even ride a bike. Within a couple of days last year, he was riding his bike properly. I think the fact that he can't ride too far has stopped us doing the bike ride thing. But probably I could have taken Sophie out. We've done lots of bike rides around our schedule area and our estate, but we haven't gone further into the city, which is what I really wanted to do. But there's still time, we can do that. So I'd say we haven't really done that side of it. Point number 4 was Kinga's degree. So if you remember, Kinga had graduated from Oxford Brookes University in England, Education Studies and Geography. She then needed to do another year in order to be a teacher. That cost £9,000 in England. Over here in Poland, it's about £1,000. She is not far off finishing it. So she's off for summer at the moment. She goes back in October or the first weekend in November, I'm not quite sure. And then she finishes that qualification in February 2019. So when she goes back, October, November, then there's Christmas, and then February she's done. So all being well, it's going well so far, she will be qualified to teach, and that qualification, should we decide to go back to England at some point, will benefit her going back to the UK as well. So tick in the box, that's on target for February. Number 5, I split this into 2, so this was second language. So 1 for the kids and then secondly for me. So first point for the children. Sophie already spoke really well in Polish. Now she can read, write. Polish is just amazing. In a way I'm jealous. I'm so proud of her, but in a way I just think, God, this 12-year-old kid can speak 2 languages amazingly. I know it's second nature to her. But yeah, there's me still kind of lagging behind. So Sophie, awesome, reading, writing, speaking, brilliant. Improved massively over the last year, despite the fact she could speak fluently anyway. Then Oliver, I would say, and I've said this before, he's reluctant to speak Polish a year ago. He has no choice now. I hear him playing the iPad sometimes and he'll be talking to the game in Polish. We went to, there's a local baseball field near our home, and we went there last week. They actually had a climbing wall for the kids to use, with harnesses and ropes and everything, and he was climbing it and he was speaking fully in Polish to the guy on the ground. Can I come down now? Yeah, that was good fun, all of that in Polish. So I was really pleased. Yesterday at his first day at school, and I was listening to him talking to his friends. Really developed loads, and I'm hoping over the next year as well that develops further. So the kids, brilliant. Definitely their language has dramatically improved over the last year, whether that's written, spoken, whatever. And then we talk about myself. I think naturally you criticise yourself. So I'm always saying, I can't have a conversation and I need to improve my Polish skills. As I've mentioned in previous videos, got a good teacher. We meet most Saturdays. Sometimes we can't. For example, this weekend my parents are here, so we can't meet. She has just agreed actually to increase that lesson, and probably, if she is able, when I'm in the UK, we'll probably have a Skype lesson once a week as well, so I can have hopefully two lessons a week. So I think that'll really help me bridge the Saturday to Saturday. I think I understand loads more. My vocabulary has grown. I'm beginning to understand some of the cases, maybe not the reasons why the end of a word will change, but understanding that it just sounds correct. And I was talking with Magda on Saturday, my teacher, and she said to me, Adam, you haven't made one mistake today. So I was putting endings onto words in the correct way. I couldn't tell her why, it just sounded correct. And then listening, reading, still listening to podcasts, still doing Duolingo, not as much as before. Still surrounded by Polish constantly. Listening, yesterday I was cooking, listening to Radio Wrocław. So definitely improved, but I think in life you criticise yourself and you never, I satisfied with what you've achieved. You always want more, whether that's in the gym with your physique or your fitness or your weight loss, whether that's with learning a new language, whether that's with driving a car, whatever. You always want to be a bit better at whatever you do. And then the last point, number 6, that we spoke about in the video a year ago, was a new life experience. Bang on, you know, why not? That's what we said last year. We said we're going to do this for a minimum of a year. Why not? We've got a flat here, we've got relatives here, we've got friends here. It's easy to commute to the UK. So again, ticking the box for the new life experience. Doing this for the last 13 months now, and I'm still doing the commuting, by the way. And the kids going to a new school, and Kinga getting a new job, and all of that. It's really, I think, it's not an education in terms of academically, but it's a life education. It's good for our kids to come to another country, speak a second language, understand the culture, although they pretty much did anyway. Just things work differently in this country, as they do in other countries, you know, compared to the UK. And I think that life skill is invaluable. So there are my 6 points. So I think I've got, out of 6, I've probably got 5 ticks in the box. It's the outdoor life bit, not done as much as I wanted to do. Although I would say one of the things that I really was keen on was being able to go out with the family once a week, twice a week for dinner to a restaurant. In the UK, we couldn't really afford to do that. You know, to take the kids to Pizza Express or to just out for a pizza would cost me and Kinga, I don't know, £100, £120 to take 4 or 5 of us out for dinner if Bartek came. In Poland, we know some lovely restaurants where we can go and have an amazing meal for the equivalent of £30, £40, and so we can afford to do it here. So I would say, although the outdoor life hasn't been as we expected because we haven't committed to it, the quality of life and the fact that we spend more time together as a family has definitely improved, whether that's in a restaurant or going to a park. You know, we go to Pergola, we go to Hala Stolecia and the surrounding parks and walk. That's something we wouldn't really do in the UK. What we got on the time, 12 minutes, I'm waffling. General overview from me then is the commuting. People are always interested in that. No problem whatsoever. A year in, it's normal. So on a Thursday night or a Friday morning, I fly to Wrocław, get a Vozilla. If you're from Wrocław and you've never used one, try them out. Vozilla, electric little Nissan cars, very cheap to go from one place to the other. So I can take it from the airport to the house. Cost me 20 zloty, 25, cheaper than a taxi, and you drive yourself. Very good, check it out. The commuting, no problem at all. Still hate getting up on a Monday morning at 4 AM to go to Luton Airport in the UK to Wrocław to fly back to Luton to go straight into the office. Mondays are quite tiring. Sometimes I fly back to Birmingham on a Sunday evening. In terms of the cost of the flights, people don't believe me when I tell them. I have to get my phone out and physically show people. August was expensive because it's August. Christmas will be expensive because it's Christmas. But I've almost booked all of my flights for the year. I've got all of September, all of October. I need one more flight in November. I've booked 8 or 9 flights in November, and I've spent a total of probably £95. I got most of my flights for £10.49, and the odd one for £13 or something like that. So for less than £100, I'm flying for a whole month return from Wrocław to Luton or to Birmingham, depending. For me, you know, people spend more than that on diesel in their car. Of course, there's car parking costs and everything on top of that. So yeah, that's that. The big question is, are we staying? If you remember the videos right back at the beginning, we said we are doing a year in Poland and we don't know what the future holds for us. So obviously we made a decision to stay longer because we've already been here now for 13 months. And again, we're playing each maybe quarter of a year as it comes. We don't know, are we going to be here next year, after next summer, we're going to be here longer. It all depends what happens with my job, with Kinga's qualification, with the children, Brexit. You know, I'm not big on politics, but obviously we've got Brexit. The deal's going ahead with Brexit. I don't know if that's going to affect me travelling to and from Poland. I don't think it will, but we don't know. I don't know if that's going to affect us owning a flat in Poland. I don't think it will, but we don't know. Nobody really knows yet. So overall, we've had a satisfying year. It's been hard work, especially for Kinga, who pretty much does everything here. It's been hard for me on the times that I can't get back. I think it's only been 3 weekends or 4 weekends in the 13 months that I've not actually been with the children. So either in the UK with the kids or in Poland with the kids and Kinga. Kinga, astonishingly, hasn't been back to the UK once, although I do think she misses it. There are people she misses. She misses being in the UK. We got a wedding. One of my best mates is getting married next May, so we are going back to the UK for that. But all in all, successful year. I promise I will keep the videos coming now. I need to buy a new phone, but for now I can use the iPad. This week I'm on holiday actually. I came out on the 23rd of August, Bartek's birthday. My stepson's birthday was the 24th. We had his birthday, had a week's holiday, we all had a week off together. Then this week Kinga and the kids, Kinga's gone back to work, kids have gone back to school, but I'm on holiday this week actually, and I go back to the UK on Sunday the 9th September. Yeah, I think that's it. So I promise before the 9th I'll make a video with Kinga and the children giving you their opinion, and I'll add some of mine in, I'm sure. I've been waffling 16 minutes. Let's go. I'm going to disappear, get out in the sunshine I think, and we'll speak soon. I'll make a video shortly. See ya.